Uh, Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to Full Throttle Cup Series Racing. I am your host, Josh Kiwis, with my broadcast partner, and I guess really the host of this thing, Chris Kiwis, as we are getting ready to go full throttle racing here at the Paperclip 140. And it is going to be an interesting race, 140 laps of Martinsville. We saw a very caution heavy 14 caution fest, 14 cautions in last week's race. It was a caution fest, is what I was trying to get at. We'll have to see how this week will go. We had Josh Susie suspended due to a race or a caution incident, under caution, I should say. It was a racing incident under caution where he turned Ryan Sword, so he will be sitting out this week. We'll go ahead and get ready to get on board here with your field, Chris. And we do have about 8 cars less than we usually do have here tonight, but we still have a good field of 28 race cars. We will go ahead and hop on board here with David Smill Jr. It is going to be the Nitro 27. He's going to be taken here to the pole position with Kevin Click. He'll be sitting to his outside lane, the 25 Turn 2 Terribles Ford Mustang. He'll be lining it up here in P2 tonight. It'll be Joshua Gaiman, Lady Liberty Motorsports, number 33 machine. He'll be starting out here tonight in P3. We'll then see Nick Cannon, the Prestige Worldwide, number 7, starting P4, with Matthew Fitz rolling off behind them in that P5 position, leading up that third row. We'll see Ken Baum Jr., who was taken out in a race-ending craziness there coming out of turn 3. We'll say taken out. We'll say it was the move. We'll say it was the 3 using the bumper the way the 3 did. But Ken Baum was leading the race last week all the way up until the last point where he was given the old bump and run by the 3 of Lucas Nilges. But he will be starting P6 and trying to get a good run here tonight. We'll see Steven Oberstadt. It'll be the number 14 Lady Liberty Motorsports starting P7 with Kyler McCarthy rolling off here tonight, P8. We'll see Jimmy Barr in that 9th position with Brett Strickler in 10th. Last week's race winner, the man we were talking about, the number 3 in a very nice looking race car here tonight. He will be starting in that P11 position, Lucas Nilges. We'll see Michael Zuver in that number 96 machine starting in that P12 position. Team Sparkle Unicorn starting outside of that Lucas Nilges car. We'll see Robbie Bice, the Full Throttle Racing 28, starting here in P13 with Carson Pittman starting in P14. We'll hop back to Bill Hells here, who's rolling off the field in a very nice-looking white race car in that P15 spot. And to his outside, it'll be that Up in Smoke Lucas Oils, number 8 of Kip Easley. We'll see it. Goodness gracious, they're everywhere. Looks like Bill Hells is taking the EOL. Oh, my goodness. We'll see Ryan Sword in 17th, then we'll see Bingaman possibly in 18th, Gibney in 19th or 20th. They're all over the place right now. Chris with Bill Hells taking that EOL. It'll be Shane Weldon 21st, Ryan Smith 22nd, Dakota Kuhn 23rd, Josh Markle 24th, or Andrew May 24th, Josh Markle 25th, and then Bill Hells on the EOL at 26th, as you see him pulling up to the end of the field. But pace lights are off, Chris. We will see the iRacing pace car take the field one more time around the field. And we've got 28 full throttle race cars ready to line up and see what we got going here at the Paperclip 140 here tonight at Martinsville Speedway. As we know, it's going to be one of those nights here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to say, Josh, I'm looking at the track. It looks like 21st and below isn't on the track.
They are for me. Do you not have your show all cars on?
I do.
Do you have maximum cars up?
I have to see. I have a new install on here, so might not have a couple of settings clicked. We'll look at that here in just a second.
Go into your graphic. Just go ahead and do it right after the first couple laps.
Okay.
Forgot you are the streamer, not me. As we will fire off here in the turn 1 and 2 for the first time tonight. Davis Mill Jr., Kevin Click, good little fire off right there. As we'll see him get out ahead a little bit. We already got, looks like to be there for a moment, maybe 3 wide. Is going off into 2 and 3, or 3 and 4, excuse me. We saw the 12 of Jimmy Barr and Overstock get stacked up there towards the middle of the pack. But right here, rolling on board as we go into turn 1 and 2 at lap number 2. It'll still be David Smill Jr. in that Nitro machine. As coming out of pit road, that looks like Chris Lynn in the 32, the turn 2 Terribles. Yeah, do you have your car count turned up to maximum? Are we also on the TV3 camera only as we got pace car out? We saw Jimmy Barr there going around. Maybe y'all didn't see Jimmy Barr going around there. As under caution here for the first. It's under caution here for the first time tonight at lap number 4. We saw Jimmy Barr get around there. I'm not sure who he went off the front bumper as we were stuck in TV camera 3. But under caution here for just one moment. As I was about to say, we're about to run in there and smack Chris's computer in the back of the head to see if I could get it to freaking load up the cars, but it seems like he did figure it out. So we see all those race cars out on the track now. Okay, good. As we will go to the replay here, and you see Jimmy Barr firing it off. He's under the 14 at Steven Oberstadt there for a minute, and it does look like Chris Lynn. That is a lapped car on the inside lane right there. As going into the inside, Michael Zuber just drives it big time there, 3 wide. And yeah, that's just going to get him loosened up there. And then as he gets up the lane, gets in those marbles, he's going to get around. And the caution is going to come out here. A very, very gracious caution, but it is Martinsville, very small track. So you'll see those cautions like that. And that was just Andrew May, or excuse me, that 12 of Jimmy Barr and the 90. Who is that? Oh my goodness. Why can't I think of his number now? The 96 of Michael Zuver. I was sitting there thinking of his car, and I was like, I can't think of the number. The 96 of Michael Zuver, though, yeah, he just got in there a little bit ambitious. Saw Chris Lynn on the inside. Thought, hey, he's not going to go low. I'm going to go lower, but just made a little bit of contact there. Shouldn't be too much damage on that 12 machine, and we'll see him roll back here to the green flag in just a moment. As we're right on board here with him one more time and see this caution from that 96 of Zuver. You see right there the 32 of Chris Lynn. And the 12 of Jimmy Barr is still, and maybe in Zuber's eyes, he's thinking, hey, he's not coming down, but he's not able to make the corner all the way. The 12 of Jimmy Barr is not able to go that high up the track. They're going to make contact there in the start of the corner. And through the middle of 1 and 2, they're going to collect each other, and you're going to see the 12 of Jimmy Barr, unfortunately, here early be our first caution.
Yeah, it just looks like one of those things they were going for the same real estate at the same time.
I just think Zuber got ambitious there. Saw the 32 of Chris Lynn and was like, I'm going for this position. As they hit the green flag and they are back to racing, it'll be David Smith Jr. firing back off. But look at that 7 of Nick Cannon, Chris. He is to the low lane inside as he started here in this outside lane on the second row. He's worked his way up here into second for the moment. As, wobbled off there into 3 a little bit, and that's going to get that 25 of Kevin Click up the track just a little bit more than he wants to be. And Ken Baum Jr. in the 2 machine now going to find his way, a path there on that inside lane of Martinsville. And Christopher, that 25 of Kevin Click, you're hoping to get back, and yes, he does right there to the inside lane. It's a desolate place out there on that outside lane. Do not want to be there. Pretty much no man's land at a track like Martinsville.
Yeah, you do not want to be on that outside lane, especially, if you're running single wide. You don't want to be on that outside lane anywhere. Like we're watching right now, the 14 of Steven Oberstadt. He's on that top lane. He can't get tucked back down to that inside lane, so you have to get out of the gas a lot more up there, especially like we were saying earlier, Josh. You see a lot of marbles and stuff on the track. That can really spin you out if you get up there in those marbles, so it's something to watch out for.
Yeah, definitely something to watch out for. We were talking about it earlier there in the incident with Jimmy Barr. Just once you get out of that little bit of the groove, pretty much once you get out of the light gray patch right there, the track becomes pretty much ice skates from that lane on up. So it's one of those things you don't even want to be on the outside lane as is. So it's a very low lane dominant track, and you might think, well, what's the fun of racing at a track like this? Everyone's got to kind of stay in line. There's no passing. That's the fun in it. You've got to find the passing, and sometimes that does entail using the car up in front of you a little bit. I mean, it is very typical at a track like Martinsville. This kind of racing is what started oval racing, these short tracks, these quarter miles, these half miles, hobby stocks. I mean, all these things we got, those old late model stocks. I mean, the bump and run, Chris, has been a thing for years and years on tracks like this. So definitely going to see it be used tonight. And it looks like it just got used on Nick Cannon, actually, out of a corner exit.
Can't click on him. There we go. Yes, it looks like got a little bit of a bumper there. Maybe had to get out of the gas.
Maybe got a bumper. It did look like he had somebody right on the rear, but did not see what happened. I'm not a fan of that TV3 camera.
Yeah.
Chris, I won't lie.
Not a fan of it either. I was just looking at it to see how it looked, but not a big fan of it. It's going into the corner here. Let's see
He
what
washed up
happens.
there at the corner. He's going to get loose on exit. Now, he didn't get the bumper
Nope,
used to
he
him. I
didn't
was
get the
thinking
bumper.
Kevin Click's not that crazy of a driver this early. Definitely never really seen Kevin Click use the bumper too much on people like that, so wasn't expecting it from the 25, and it did look like the 7 just overshot that corner. And when you overshoot the corner here on Martinsville, you then have to reclimb down the hill. You say reclimb down the hill, but there's a lot more banking on that corner than you think. When you're in the actual cockpit of the car, you can see it. There's a lot more banking. You have to pretty much drive the race car back down that forbidden territory, and it can loosen up like that on the flatness when you're coming out, and that's exactly what it looks like it happened. Just overdrove into the corner a little bit. He's going to get wide up here. You see where Ken Baum's race car is at compared to where he's having to chase it up, and then when you get on the gas right there through the bumpage where it straightens back out from like the micro banking, as I like to call it here, yeah, that's what happens, man. Once you got to drive it back down the hill at Martinsville, it's not fun.
Yeah, but a good save there from that 7.
A good save. Way to lock it down. Didn't catch that inside Onco Berry, and better yet, did not collect a single other race car. That's what we like to see.
Yep,
but then again, it's Martinsville. You can drive a freaking modified out there. No hood, no fenders, bumpers. As long as that thing's making RPM and not overheating, I mean, you're pretty much having a successful night at Martinsville.
Yeah, that's something to point out. I've actually done a race here in, I want to say the trucks, that it was, I didn't have a front bumper. And I think my hood was pretty much crunched up to where I couldn't see over it. I could just see over the top of it enough to race. And I was still keeping pace. I think I finished 6th that race. So it goes to show that you don't have to have a perfect race car at a track like this, because you're getting on the brakes, you're losing that momentum. You know, like say at a track like Talladega, you take a bump to the outside wall, you're done. I mean, you know, Darlington, you know, they call it the Darlington stripe for a reason. You go up there, you can slap the wall and be fine. But at a track like Talladega or something that requires you to have aerodynamics, you know, that could really hurt you. But at a track like this, you don't need aerodynamics. You really need a good brake pad.
A good brake pedal, and definitely a good set of Goodyear rubbers on the race car, Chris. And we're going to see how this is all going to come to play out, as Nick Cannon was looking like the hot topic there for a moment, but he has fallen all the way back to 26 now, as he's looking good on that inside lane, but it seems like it is no longer going to be his calling up here in the front, as this inside lane needs to get tightened up here. We'll see the 24 of Kyler McCarthy pull it up, though. As you'll see the 27 of David Smill, green, and it'll be Ken Baum Jr. in that turn 2 terribles. Number 2, getting a really good fire off in the outside lane. And hell, he's going to go off and clear Smill into turn 1.
Yeah, good drive there from the 2. He saw an opportunity. Oh, gets up there, gets a little patty cake to the wall, but
fired
going
to
keep it straight. I see a lot of drivers getting stacked up back here. Whoa, Robbie Bice around.
Oh, Robbie Bice, of course, 35 of Chad Engel going to come in there and get a little bit of a shot there.
See Robbie get it shifted down into gears. Going to get it spun around here. I'll have to go on board with Robbie and see what happened. Looks like that did involve Chad Engel. There's a little bump there. You see the 4 getting stacked up on the inside as well. Oh, so Robbie gets into the wall.
Into the wall.
Oh,
the 35 took a big shot.
Yeah.
The 26. 26. Jaden Bingaman.
Yeah, Jaden Bingaman giving a good shot there to the 35. But the 35 was probably getting off the gas, trying not to get into the rear end of the 28. So, see right there, just bumping and bumping him.
No. I think that was just a racing incident. Not necessarily that Jaden Bingaman wanted to do that, but that happens at a track like Martinsville, man. Those big stack ups, it can happen. Especially with Robbie firing off on the wall, just all these things happening at once. I don't think that necessarily Robbie hitting the wall there was any reason why he got wrecked down into turn 3, but it definitely is all a part of the game. I mean, as you see, they're all firing off. He comes right here, and then, nah, I don't think the wall, him hitting that, messed up the line. I think that was just maybe a little bit of a overcommit or whatever it may be, just seeing something differently there from Jaden Bingaman. He just fired off into the corner just a little bit too much, got into the back of Chad Engel, and then unfortunately Chad Engel's going to collect the punt of a lifetime, and then he's going to hit that 28. So it is what it is. It's Martinsville. Not going to hold anybody to it, I don't think, personally. Now, in the race cars of those drivers, you don't know what they're thinking, but as the commentator up here, I got to think that that's just a Martinsville incident, Chris.
Well, I'll say this as somebody who has raced in leagues with people on a week-to-week basis. You know, you do get mad. You know, there's always going to be arguments. There's always going to be heated stuff. You know, we see Thunderdome every night after a race. It is it's someplace you don't want to be if you're wanting a good read, because it can get kind of crazy in the Thunderdome. But at the end of the day, they say all of it, they get it out of the way, and then they get out on the track and they race. And sometimes you see a couple of drivers get into it. They start fighting, and you have a possible Josh Susie incident last week. Where he might have been heated behind that race car, and it's just sometimes you make that decision to, I should hook him, and then when afterwards you go, I don't know why I did that. But in the moment you're just you're so fired up because you might think, it's just sim racing, but this is a lot of this takes a lot of talent and a lot of concentration.
Takes a lot of just dedication, like you said, Chris. It's definitely not the average man's hobby, but for the people that are dedicated to it, they are definitely dedicated to it. We'll see at the number 2 of Ken Baum Jr. again fire off very well.
Kevin Click on the inside. Good run here from that 25. These last few weeks, we've been seeing that 25 really show a lot of speed.
Oh, Ken Baum getting loose. 1 and 2. I knew I heard tires, but I was like, I don't see anyone wrecking. And then Ken Baum shows up, and he is going to lose mega position, Chris, on that outside lane as well. I think he's not going to recover until a 5th position, maybe even 7th, 8th, 9th, depending on how this pack back here is. Oh, we got the 8 of... Ooh, that was Ken Baum. No, not Ken Baum, excuse me, Kip Easley. And the 26 of...
It's 26 of Jaden Bingaman. Yeah, see... Possibly Kip Easley and Jaden Bingaman, like you said, involved in that. We'll have to go back and see what happened.
Kip Easley, like we were saying earlier, climbing down that metaphorical hill right there, coming down to 2. When they get into 3 and 4 here, it doesn't like he collects any barges. Maybe he got scared, tightens up big time.
And
then there it is, loose, and then bam, Jaden Bingaman going to take a smack. And, Kip Easley's going to join that pack out of 3 and 4 thinking, man, I don't know what happened to Jaden Bingaman. He just wrecked. You guys see that? That's crazy.
Yeah, as we're riding on board here with Jaden Bingaman, we see the 8 get really loose there, or it gets tightened up. It looks like he goes all the way up there, gets in those marbles, and then it just gets around on him. That's going to, unfortunately, collect that 26 in the process. But doesn't look like he's going to take that much damage to the front of that 26. He has
right front for sure, but fixable.
See if we
for sure fixable at a track like Martinsville.
See if we can go on his helmet cam. See if there's any. Doesn't look like there's any wheel or tie rod damage, at least. So I'm going down the straightaway there. Wheel was straight. For the most part, you possibly will see that orange line over to the left a little bit. They do have a little bit of a offset on the wheel. Yeah, it does look like his wheel is fine. The 8 just getting loose up in those marbles and getting around.
I know. At lap number 30, we are going to be brought back to green. I am unmuted, correct? Okay. At lap number 30, we are being brought back to green flag racing here in just a moment. Kevin Click has discretion of the field, and he is going to fire off here very well, that turn 2 terribles. Did I use the right word there, Chris? Discretion? Digression? No, that's a bad word. I don't know what word I just said. I hear Andrew May. Yeah, he was saying something. I
Yeah, it
couldn't
looks like
understand what
he got a
said.
little bit of wheel spin. I saw him get into the
I heard,
wall and he was
wow.
getting sideways. It looks like he's got it collected underneath him now. We'll go back up here on front with Kevin Click, your new leader here at lap 32. Like I was saying earlier, Kevin Click doing really good these last few races. We've seen him have a lot of speed out here on these tracks, and going to show you these short tracks, he's just as fast.
Oh, we got another car around.
Lucas Nilges.
And it's going to bring the caution out, but for what?
Not really sure. Maybe this is what Robbie was talking about.
Brett Strickler say he just killed both of us. I'm not sure what he's talking about.
All right, well, yeah, I don't have a marker for a car wreck, so we're going to do the good old full throttle rewind.
I mean, I saw Kip Easley around for sure, but he was only around for such a short time. Was he the caution for real?
I'll see the 14 get into the 3, send him up there, but...
Yeah, that is the caution. That's what the caution's for. I mean, but Strickler said something about he... Driver chat, Chris.
Okay, I was just making sure you stopped mid-sentence. Was wondering if...
What was I? What was I talking about? I just started hearing them talking for...
Brett Strickler said that he destroyed
Oh,
us.
yeah, Brett Strickler said he destroyed somebody, but maybe I heard... Maybe I saw him keyed up with someone else talking. You know how iRacing will do that, where two people key up at the same time?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, but we saw the 14 get into the back of the 3. It looks like maybe just a big drive in there from the 14. Maybe Lucas Nilges trying to come down the track to gain a little bit of position, but we just wasn't able to make that turn down commit. You see,
He definitely drove it down there across the nose, but the 14 was like, you know, where he was at. Maybe the 3 thinks he's clear by like a car length, but the 14 was there. So, I mean, nothing you can really do. Once again, another one of those racing incidents. I'm going to check that off as. And what I said earlier, Chris, he has the field under his discretion. Is that the right word? Did I use the right word?
Yes.
Just felt wrong. Just felt wrong when I said it, you know. And I was like, under his discretion. Is that correct? Is there someone in chat that's like really smart that can tell me if I'm wrong or not? I mean, this is purely Alabama education here, so we'll find out.
Yes, yeah, you used it correctly.
Okay. Did you look it up on Google?
Yes, I did.
Thank you. Oh, heck yeah, dude. I'm smart. Alabama education for sure. Green, as it will be at Kevin Click firing off very well. Once again, that inside lane stacked up big
24,
time.
24, Colin McCarthy got a little loose on that restart.
Gonna corral it back under him, though.
Yeah, as we're watching back here behind him, just watching to see if anybody starts getting a little sideways.
Ooh, Brett Strickler hung out on the outside lane here in that Jeremy Zarfos Photography 38. We didn't get a caution for that. Is that Robbie Bice?
That's Andrew May. Oh, Andrew May, and who is that? The 31 of Kevin Gibney Jr.
It's Kevin Gibney Jr., and that's the 22 of Andrew May. Yeah.
That was a big shot to that outside wall. Yeah, they're gonna have to get down pit lane, but Andrew May looks like he might. No, doesn't look like he's gonna go down.
He couldn't. The 33 was in his way. He couldn't.
And the 31
or not the 33. Whoever it was right there.
And the 31 is still on that outside wall as well. See the hood flapping up and down. We'll have to keep an eye on them. But we also saw, the 22 get into the wall, so we'll have to see if he can get down pit lane as I see Kip Easley. Whoa, somebody getting around.
Is that Jimmy Barr back there loose?
It looks like Kip Easley, Chad Engel maybe getting in.
Oh, I love those stack ups at Martinsville, man. That was Matthew Fitz, the guy I saw getting loose a minute ago.
Okay. Yeah, I'm seeing so many cars going around. I'm trying to figure out.
I was about to say there. Now look at that again. I want to say that's a 20. Excuse me, 82 of Josh Markle, not 20. 82. I heard some back there just hell-melling in the wall. I heard nothing but crashing into the outside wall a second ago. But hey, we're still green.
Right now here at lap 42, we've kind of single filed out through the top 10. You see back behind them, everybody just kind of riding it out. Actually, I say to the top 12 is single file, and then back behind them, you see everybody starting to get stacked up just a little bit. But back here, you see the 82, the 35, Josh Markle, Chad Engel battling it out for that 17th, 18th position. As it looks like Kevin Gibney was able to get down pit lane. I want to say Andrew may still be out on the track. He is. Whoa, as it looks like. As I was going to say, it looks like somebody else got into the wall back there, but everything going on kind of crazy. It looks like the 12 of Jimmy Barr getting a little loose, washing up. We're just going to kind of cycle back, see what's going on. Everybody getting kind of single filed out here now, as you see Andrew May still riding that outside lane with a lot of damage on that right side. Up, yellow flag's out. Michael Zuver around. So I'll have to see what happened with that 96. Looks like he's just waiting on everybody to get around him. As I say that, because then pulls out. I was going to say, it looks like maybe he was waiting on everybody to get around him, but Zuver going to go ahead, pull back out. Let's see what happened with that 96. See the 24 right behind him. Oh, just loose. You see him coming out of the corner loose. He gets into it, dives down here into the corner. Did he get help? Oh, looks like the 24 sent him around. So we'll see if we can ride on board here with the 24. See it from his point of view. See if we can see Zuver getting loose coming out of the corner. I want to say he did wiggle just a little bit. Right there, you see. Gets loose. That probably opens up the door for the 24, thinking he's going to slow up. But Zuver driving it in there hard. See him having to lock it up. And then the 24, yep, just sending him around. So for the sixth caution here tonight, brought out by that 96 of Michael Zuver going around off the front bumper of that 24 of Kyler McCarthy. You're going to see him come down pit lane, maybe take a couple of fresh tires and some fuel. I know fuel for sure. So right sides go up. Nobody else come down pit lane this last time by as well, so I'll have to watch that strategy from these guys up front. We know, I want to say it could have been Bristol now that I'm thinking about it, but.
No, Josh Susie stayed out completely in Martinsville.
Now I want to say, I remember being Susie stayed out.
And Baum did the same thing in the spring race, but we weren't apart for the spring race last year.
So it's something to watch here. They could make it to the end again.
It's very a possibility. Very much a possibility. Rylan in the YouTube chat? What? What's up, Rylan? It's about time we got you duct tape onto some cars out there again.
Yeah, I've been holding on to this camera for you. See that 25? Fire it off. Green flag here at lap 50. See how long they can hold it together.
25, a little bit of a bump. Ooh, Kevin Click just fired it off into the corner.
Yeah, you see him washing up there a little bit. This is going to open up the door here for Joshua Gaiman.
Good run.
Yeah, but you're going to see the 25 cut that momentum off.
Yeah, but the 33's coming back. They're going to make contact.
Woo!
Maybe not. I couldn't tell from that camera as we fire off here in a 4 or 3. As they roll it through turn 3 into turn 4, the 25 going to have to back out on corner exit, but he's going to be fighting here, Chris. And we do have the caution out again. Maybe Andrew May?
Looks like Shane Weldon.
So I'm not sure. I saw some names dropping.
There's a rod on board here with that 98. Oh, big drive in there for the 82.
Yeah, but Shane Weldon's going to get away with what could have been some big damage there. Doesn't want to be in that position, but better to be in that position and not wrecked, I guess.
Yeah, you see a big drive in there from the 82 of Josh Markle. Everybody coming down pit lane. Nope, I take that back. My timing just freaked out and told me everybody was coming down pit lane. So yeah, we did see Josh Markle with a big drive in there that did send. Excuse me. Did send the 98 of Shane Weldon around. So right on board. If I can find the 82 and see just a big drive in there. You're just going to see him get off the front bumper. Oh, no, we can't have that, Rylan. We can't have you sober.
What did he say?
He said, sober pit reporter reporting for duty.
You ever heard Ryland's story about the night or the morning he woke up with Larry McReynolds' autograph?
I have heard that story.
I know people haven't. Stated at the Coke 600 that or he was at the Coke 600 that Martin Truex dominated. Big Truex fan. R.I.P. to his racing career. But yeah, Ryland was so drunk after the Truex won that he somehow wandered off into the access, like the private access pit area, and woke up the next morning with Larry McReynolds' autograph on a piece of paper in his pocket. He says he doesn't remember meeting him. One of my favorite stories of Ryland's.
27 looks like might have had a bad start there. I saw him get into the back bumper. The 38 of Brett Strickler. But it does look like the 38 going to get around that 27. And also, look at that, the 14 of Steven Overstock making a good move on that inside. Looks like the 27, David Smil, not having a good time up here in the front right now. Just not a good start.
Chris, speaking of not a good start, we're going to roll to the other side of that. It's going to be Nick Cannon, who didn't have a good start and is now having a good restart. That 7, for the second there, looked like he was going to make some contact, but he was all the way back in 27th at one point. He is now back up into that 7th place position. Nick Cannon's looking to make a run here. And one thing I got to say that I would not want to drive Martinsville for in these new cars is I don't want to downshift at Martinsville. I'm sorry.
94
around. 94. He's going to collect it. That's going to get everybody all out of whack. There goes the 21 round. Caution out. Don't want to touch those curbs down there, Chris. Those things will get you all sorts out of whack. And you saw the 21 Ryan Smith there after the big chain reaction. He is going to get around, and whoa, here comes the leaders.
Yeah, as we'll just blockbuster rewind to see what happened. So I want to say the 94 Ryan Sword. Looks like he cuts down on the Ken Bomb. That's going to get him into that quarter panel. Or that front fender, excuse me. That's going to send that 94 around. And you're going to see him.
Technically, it's still considered a quarter panel.
He did snap it around and save it from hitting Matthew Fitz. I will say that was a good save there for the 94 to not get into the
21 trying to dodge him. He gets up on the curb there.
Yeah, that's
just for a second. He probably sees the 94 coming down the track at him and thinks he's got to react based on that. And then last second he grips up, and it's like now he's all out of whack. He's reacted, and he's gonna get away pretty much scotch free though. You got to think though, it's damaging to the ego and damaging to the tires when that happens.
Yeah,
maybe not necessarily the ego, but it does stink going around like that.
Kyler McCarthy, Bill Hells, Ryan Sword, Andrew May all down pit lane. It looks like Ryan Sword on his way out. The 94 involved in that last caution. So he's on his way out. Maybe just getting fresh tires. He was down for, actually, take that back. Yeah, he was down for 14 seconds. So does look like tires for that 94. And somebody we haven't talked about a lot tonight here, William Brown. He's in that 22nd spot, just kind of hanging out here in the back. But we do know that that non-machine is fast. We're going to have to keep an eye on him, see if he has something to say here towards the end. Maybe he's just kind of hanging out in the back, not really wanting to get into anything. But here in the 8th caution of the night, lap 62 of 140 at the Paperclip 140, we see Joshua Gaiman currently in the lead. He's been fighting with that 25 of Kevin Click to assume it, and he did assume it this last caution, previous caution. But that 25 on that inside lane is going to have to fire off that same momentum as that 33 if he's going to want to get up here and run with him. We do know that, like I was saying earlier, that 25, really fast race car underneath him, and going to show you that he's got a lot of talent behind the wheel.
And Chris, I want you to know that William Brown was 7 laps down at one point. He is back on the lead lap. He disconnected right at the start of the race and came back like 7 laps down. Back on the lead lap now. He was the lucky dog that last time by.
Green, green, green. Whoa, it looks like the 38 of Brett Strickler getting a little loose. Maybe he had a little bit of a wheel spin, but was able to keep it corralled underneath him, keeping it straight. As you see back behind him, that 2 of Ken Baum going to the inside, trying to make a move on that 14 of Steven Overstott. Looks like he will make that move work. So moving up into that 8th position is that 2 of Ken Baum. But up in front of him, he's got the 38 of Brett Strickler, who is a teammate, running that outside lane. You see him getting loose. Oh, caution's out. Do not have a marker.
Yeah, I'm not
Looks
sure.
like the 96 of Michael Zuber.
Dakota Kuhn just came over the radio and said, I'm okay, but I am not sure if Zuber is okay. Someone please check on Zuber.
Oh, see that lockup there. Yeah, it looks like maybe just driving it in there hard. Oh, it looks like everybody coming down pit lane, Josh.
Besides Ken Baum Jr., who is going to stay out, Chris, like he did in the spring race. What did I say?
Looks like Kip Easley going to stay out.
Because I want to say I remember I want to say I remember correctly when I interviewed Josh Susi after his Martinsville win, talking about how he stayed out our race. Maybe it wasn't exactly during the Martinsville win when he did it during the fall, but at some point I remember in passing, Josh Susi has told me that it was, I want to say Ken Baum Jr., that he got the inspiration to stay out the full race because he did it in the spring race, and that's what won him the race. So could it be a repeat, Chris?
Could be. Looks like Robbie Bice deciding to go ahead and pull it down pit lane.
We know that 2 machine is good at going back to back, so we'll see.
Yeah. Do we have a three-peat, though? That's the real question. And if we go to 3, we got to go to 7 after that.
Why not? Valentino Rossi did 9. Or 8. You know, they say like every great champion gets to 7 and stops.
Yeah. So it does look like Ken Baum did come down pit lane. He came down at lap 27. So I did notice that on his pit stop. He did come down at lap 27. Does look like he took tires and fuel, so 15.62 seconds down pit lane for Ken Baum when he did come down. So tires on that race car.
All I'm saying, Chris, is Earnhardt, Johnson, Gordon, Schumacher, Hamilton, all 7 times, all considered as the greatest. It's almost like it's like the lucky number 7, right?
Mm-hmm.
There's something weird about the number 7 in racing championships. It's just like, whoa, knocked my whole mic over. It's something very synonymous with it. As we'll see what goes on here with this too. Is it?
Looks like
Did they not take the green?
No, it looks like might have brought the caution back out. I did see a lot of people getting stacked up. Wondering maybe they extended it.
Oh, there's people that weren't. It was messing up the field. I'm hearing some of the drivers talking about, and everybody's saying it's fine, or Robbie said it's fine. So I think we had some drivers here that were gonna get caught up in a peculiar position. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they extended it by one more lap, and now we're gonna go here. This is our official restart here. As I was thinking, man, Ken Baum is taking forever, and these guys are respecting it. It'll be at green, and Ken Baum Jr., the 2 machine, is gonna fire off, Chris.
Yeah, we see the 35 of Chad Engel on the inside there. Kip Easley, he was ready to go. He's watching behind him, 3 wide back here.
3 wide.
Whoa.
Oh, you got to think David Smill is not happy
Whoa.
for pretty much being right there behind the leader. All raced and now wrecked. It's going to collect Oberstadt. It's going to collect the 4 Carson Pittman, man. I want to say even the 53 of Bill Hells.
Yeah, it looked like a little bit of a kerfuffle going on there. A lot of stacking up on that outside lane. As we saw, it looks like the 98 at Shane, or no, excuse me.
That's the 48 of Stan Mayberry on the outside. We got the 98 of Shane Weldon Sr. He takes a door bump from the 7 that shoots him up the track, but the 27's trying to go down the track because the 48 got a bad run. So then the 98 and the 27 meet from where the 98 gets hit by the 7. They meet in the middle lane. That sends the 7 to the outside into the 4. There's your kerfuffle explained right there, Chris. Just a bunch of gooning. And not the good kind. Which I don't know if any type of gooning is good.
Yeah, it does look like everybody, though, will get around cleanly other than David Smill and Carson Pittman and that 14 of Steven Oberstadt. But everybody else was able to get it out, to get out of the way of the danger. It's only a 3-car incident. And in a track like Martinsville, you have no time to react whatsoever. When you see a wreck happen in front of you, you have a split second. And you barely even have a split second to make a reaction because everything just kind of happens right in front of you. It looks like Steven Oberstadt down pit lane. Bill Hells also down pit lane. William Brown on his way out. David Smill also on his way out. Doesn't look like the 21 was able to make the pace car. So we're halfway done with this race. We're seeing Ken Baum out in the lead. Kip Easley's moved himself up 14 positions off of a no-pit strategy. So currently sitting in that 2nd spot. You see behind him, Chad Engel up 20 spots. Ryan Sword up 16 spots. Dakota Kuhn and Josh Markle both up 21 spots. You know, I know Darlington's next week, Josh, but I cannot wait to see the schemes that these guys are going to pull out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm excited to see some Darlington schemes as we will get back to racing here, Chris. It'll be Ken Baum Jr. once again firing off.
Oh, Kip Easley into the wall.
There goes the 8 of Kip Easley into the wall. The 94 Ryan
this
Sword,
is
we're going to have a big... Oh, man, no.
Man, just a big... you want to talk about a kerfuffle?
Oh man, I'm speechless. I don't even want to. I'm not even gonna say anything.
Just look at that. That is
man, that is.
It looks like the 8 of Kip Easley.
Nick Cannon just tried shooting the gap the whole time. I know he caught some of it, but I love the effort, Nick. I love it.
Yeah, you see the 8 get into the wall there. That's gonna pick up the front end of the 94 Ryan Sword. They're going to basically connect together, and then, oh, look at that. Down below him, you see the 95. Maybe had a little bit of wheel spin. That's going to collect the 33 of Joshua Gaiman. You see the 26 sending the 69 around. The 8 of Kip Easley getting into the 7. The 38 with Brett Strickler going around. 26 is Arfo's going to get able to get around. It looks like the 28 of Robbie Bice also going to make it around. But the 12 of Jimmy Barr going around, it looks like off the front end of Carson Pittman. No, excuse me, the 24.
Dude, oh my God, that is it, every time you replay it and I see all the cars just coming into unison, it just, oh man. If you've ever been to a short track race, like a local short track race or any type of local feature in late models, and you see it happen in a late model race, it's like one of the most gut wrenching feelings because you know that that's just a bunch of money that a lot of the people out there really don't have to go just dropping it like that. In the sim, it's a little bit less, but still, these guys are racing for competition. But man, as soon as I saw those race cars piling up, Chris, it just gave me that feeling of, oh gosh, here we go, man.
Yes, it looks like everybody got a little out of whack after the 8 of Kip Easley got up into the wall. It just looks like, I'm going to say it looks like wheel spin from the 8. I mean, we can ride on board with him and see.
Oh, he definitely will spun. The characteristics of the way that car jumped up to the outside wall, he was wheel spinning the whole time.
Right on board here with that 8. Yep, so just a little bit of a wheel spin there from that 8. That's what's going to start it, but we're going to get back up here with Ken Baum. Green, green, green. See him get off to a good start. The 35 of Chad Engel on that outside lane.
Pretty sure the 25 of Kevin Click's got to come down pit road to serve a penalty.
Yep, you see the 25 going down pit lane. Whoa, 69. Looks like he might have got around just for a second. But he was able to keep it underneath him. See a lot of bumpers getting pushed right now.
Oh, there it goes. What caution is this, Chris?
This is the 12th caution.
Right on board here with Shane Weldon Sr. I mean, it looks like he barely got him from that angle.
Yeah, it doesn't really look like... Wondering if the 27 might have got out of the gas a little bit. As we see going in the corner, Shane Weldon on that bottom lane. It looks like Shane just coming up a little bit off of that bottom lane. You see, it's just going to give him the little bit of a bump that he needs to go around. David Smill not having a good night here tonight as far as staying clean. He has been involved in pretty much every accident here tonight. Shane Weldon down pit lane. Looks like Steven Overstat, Bill Hells, and Stan Mayberry down pit lane, as well as Josh Markle.
Joshua Gaiman just said, I actually thought there'd be more cautions by now than what we have, to be honest.
Don't speak too soon, sir. Don't speak too soon.
Hey, the one thing I will say, the cautions here at Martinsville, at least they're a lot quicker than the cautions at Homestead.
Or a
Oh my
track like
goodness, cautions at
Talladega.
Talladega, dude.
Oh yeah, those will want have you pulling your
Oh
hair
my
out.
gosh, man. I don't want to talk about that.
It's like a 2-minute caution lap, and you have to do that what 4 times?
4 times. I've called 100% Talladegas and Daytonas, Chris. You remember that one little time where I was calling races with those that one broadcast group that was asked me to fill in for him, and I was doing 100% races.
I do remember that.
It was like 4 or 5 hours long. Yeah, and I did a Daytona. Oh my goodness, man! I don't even want to talk about it.
Ken Baum to a good start there. So lap 89. Still in the lead. Whoa, you're seeing the 3 all over the door there of the 26 of Jaden Bingaman. Whoa, 3 of Lucas Nilge's having to get on the brakes really hard. I saw him get on the back bumper of the 24 of Kyler McCarthy. Big drive in there from the 3. The 26 is going to match that pace on that inside lane.
Heck, this race, if it goes green for the next 20 minutes, Chris, it could possibly be over.
Whoa, William Brown a little
I
loose
didn't
back
realize
there.
we were already at lap 90. Yeah, we are.
Caution's out.
Another caution, though.
Shane Weldon. '98 of Shane Weldon around.
Let's see what happened here with the Toyota Camry.
Oh, it looks like by himself. Whoa, wonder if he downshifted.
Downshifted.
So what it looked like to me. He's in 3rd gear right now. Shifts up to 4th. Oh yeah. Just think it unsettled the car.
Yeah, not sure. That was weird.
Woo. And then you see him getting around there again the second time. So a solo spin there from the 98 of Shane Weldon Sr. He's going to, whoa, Andrew May coming down pit lane having to get on the brakes really hard. So right now, if you're Ken Baum, you're wondering if these cautions keep coming out. I mean, you have pace of the race, race start. So you don't have to worry about, really getting a, having to battle for that lead position if there's a lot of cautions. But, if we do have a green flag here, I think Ken Baum has a chance to get out and run away. But also, Josh, I don't want to count him out here though. I always say to watch out for him. 24 Kyler McCarthy. He's in that 3rd spot. He's got that Jaws theme playing or he's got it queued up in the headset. He's waiting.
It's definitely going to be an interesting last 45-ish, 50-ish laps here, Chris. I mean, I don't know, man. Anything can happen. This is going to be very interesting. If we see a green flag run for sure, I mean, we got a driver like Chad Engel, the 35 man, who's been just hanging on and showing that nitro strategy can work here. I mean, you see Kyler McCarthy as well right behind him.
Yeah, Chad Engel hasn't come down pit lane yet either.
Excuse me right there. Sorry, Chris. I was going to say the 3 of Lucas Nilge's, he's threatening Chris two times in a row, maybe? Could you imagine if he goes 2 bumping and runs back to back, take a race win? That would be the 3 reincarnated right there.
Well, at a track like Martinsville, I mean, that's where you need to use it. It looks like that inside lane getting stacked up.
Andrew May just said, who, me? He knows about we're going to lose, dude. I love it. As we get back to green flag racing here.
Whoa. 38 of Brett Strickler. basically just used the entire track coming down the backstretch. Was able to keep it underneath him, though. A little bit of a lock up there from the 12 of Jimmy Barr, but whoa, 26.
Oh, my goodness. They're going to stack up. They're not going to wreck.
3 wide into the corner. Robbie Bice going really wide. He was not in a good position. This is going to stack up that outside lane.
Wrecking.
Shane Weldon. Looks like Shane Weldon and Dakota Kuhn. Oh. It's like the 14 got into the back of Dakota Kuhn. Oh, you see Dakota get into the wall. Looks like he got out of the gas really early. It looks like right there he gets out of the gas. Right there. And then the 14's just going to punt the 95 into the 98. You see the 31 also, Kevin Gibney, getting up into the wall with him. It's 25 of Kevin Click getting the lucky dog. Currently right now a lap down. He's got that 95 of Dakota Kuhn who's in front of him, who is also a lap down. So if that 25 can at least get in front of that 95 in the next caution, he will get that lucky dog and get back on the lead lap. And we could possibly see that 25 start clawing his way back up here to the front.
Yeah, Kevin Click, unfortunate turn of events for him, Chris. Not sure what penalty he had to serve. I heard him talking about it, but I'm not sure what it was.
I'm going to assume it was a speeding penalty down pit lane, or passing under the yellow. I know that's a drive-through. That's the only thing I don't like about not being able to see the caution or the black flags and everything. You know, the markers to tell us what happens. That's the only thing I don't like about it. So now Ken Baum has that 24. Kyle McCarthy on that outside.
Whoa, they're making contact there. Green. Kyle McCarthy's going to fire off pretty good here, Chris.
Yeah, Ken Baum's going to have that 24 on the outside lane. Let's see how long that 24, I was going to say it doesn't look like he's going to be able to hang out on that outside lane. Whoa,
they're
around.
4 wide. That's going to bring out a caution.
Almost made it through, William.
Driver of the day goes to the pace car driver. Most laps led.
It looks like Kevin Click was able to make it through. Yeah, so that happened right in front of him. See if we can go up here and see what happened. Oh, as we were already bumping and wrecking going into turn 1. Oh, as you see Robbie Bice getting, looks like might have had wheel spin.
Very lucky.
Might have got on the brakes or had wheel spin. Yeah, you see him pancake his teammate, the 4 Carson Pittman. See 33 of Joshua Gaiman getting on his brakes. That's going to stack up that outside lane. You see Robbie go up to the top, trying to let everybody get around. 33 of Joshua Gaiman getting sent around. He's going to collect the 8. You see the 21 of Ryan Smith also down there on that bottom lane, getting sideways. Stan Mayberry almost making it through. Oh, actually, Stan did make it through. See the 9 of William Brown getting sideways, and then David Smill also getting collected up in that. As you see that stack up there. So it does look like Kevin Click was able to get the lucky dog. He is back on the lead lap. So the 15th caution of the night at lap 107. I'm only seeing more in the future. Oh, 26 Jane Bingham a little loose. You saw the 24 Kyler McCarthy. He's trying to ride that door of the 2 just to slow him up on those restarts, but the 2 just getting off to a good jump. Whoa, back there it looks like, is that Stan Mayberry into the wall? Caution out. Dakota Kuhn around.
Man, by the time they finish this, get to a green flag run, Chris, we're going to go a green-white checkered. Might be the best green flag run we get here tonight. It started off pretty promising, Chris, and it just seems like since lap 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, we've just been getting all cautions, and the 94 of Ryan Sword up into that 95 of Dakota Kuhn.
Yeah, it looks like the 94 did get, or excuse me, the 95 of Dakota Kuhn did get out of the gas, maybe got a little loose in that. That's what stacked it up, and then you saw the 94 get up into that quarter panel. So see if we can see. Looks like Kevin Click was a big stack up there. Yeah, it looks like he just got on the brakes a little hard, and he went to come down. And the 94 and the 95 are just fighting over the same real estate.
Well, at lap 111, Chris, not sure what's going to happen here.
Yeah, this is one
Do
of
we
those.
get a mysterious green flag run, you think?
You know, this is one of those things where we're watching it and we're just trying to figure out, you know, if the drivers, you know, because there is a lot of, you know, I get what would be the word, anxious. They're very anxious. And, you know, you want to get a green flag, you want to get a good run, but you know sometimes it's just, you know, you see the person in front of you, they might get a little loose, they might get, you know, they might get out of the gas a little early, and that's what I'm talking about. You know, you're so anxious on what the driver around you is going to do that sometimes you forget that you're driving a race car as well, because there's been plenty of times I've been racing at this track and I go, oh, I forget, I gotta hit the brakes here because I'm watching the people in front of me. So
I've definitely gotten caught up in that in Martinsville before.
And that's something you have to think about. You know, a lot of these drivers, you know, they are around each other all the time, but you know that doesn't really mean anything. You know, when you get to a track like this, it's really hard. It's really hard. I'm not to race around each other.
As Lucas Nilges has found himself in the position where he can find back-to-back race wins here these past 2 weeks, Chris, as we'll see it firing off here into 3 and 4 on the restart. So far, so clean. Does look like that 7 of Nick Cannon going to get a little bit out of groove there, and it is going to bring the field 2 wide as we got 3 wide back here. Everybody just getting started in the 12 around. This is going to bring out the caution.
Oh,
Down goes Robbie Bice.
A lot of drivers right there getting stacked up. I want to say the 38 of Brett Strickler. No, excuse me. Yeah. Might have been the 38 of Brett Strickler. Sending the 12 around. We'll have to see. I'm trying to find his number. So whenever they get in these accidents and stuff, the numbers go all over the place. Whoa, it's actually, I said it was Brett Strickler. It looks like maybe the 12 might have got into the back of, was that the 35? Yeah, it looks like he got into the back. The 12 actually bumped. 35 of Chad Engel. That's right there. It's what set him around. And you see all the chaos unfolding around him. Yeah, especially like, whoa, the 33 of Joshua Gaiman getting sent around. You're also seeing the 26 of Jaden Bingaman sideways. So it looks like he was just trying to get back on it. But I want to point out something, Josh, also. If you notice, whenever that 12 is sitting sideways on the track, just watch everybody behind him. This is, you know, you're going, you got 6, 7, 8, 9 cars coming through here, and that's the lane they need to be in. And they have to get around him while also, you know, avoiding this car on the outside. You see the 32 right there. That's what I was talking about, like Chris Lynn getting into the 48 of Stan Mayberry.
Spears him.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's where the trouble comes in, because you have to be in that lane. And there's a car on your outside, there's nowhere to really go. Well, 24 laps to go here. We're under the 17th caution of the night. Ken Baum is in the lead. You see the 8, 26, and 12 there, all going around. Looks like Robbie Bice.
Did you say 26 laps to go, or we're under the 26 caution?
23 laps to go with the 17th caution.
Okay. But to say, you're telling me we're about to be at 30 cautions?
No. Not yet.
Not yet, he says.
Hey, this has been a fun race. I don't know what you're talking about. You see Nilji's giving the bumper to the 2. Green. These guys up front are starting to figure out the 2's jump. But he's still going to fire off. 2 just has a better corner exit. 24 Lucas Nilji, excuse me, 24 Colin McCarthy now. Whoa! As I say that, Lucas Nilji's giving the bumper to the 24. 24 going to scoot up to the top of the track. Oh, no, everybody behind him. It looks like they were going to get saved, but looks like that was the 53 of Bill Hells. Just getting out of whack back there.
David Smith Jr. just said, who was it that said it wasn't that bad yet? I hope you regret saying that now.
As you're just seeing the 3 drive in there. I mean, that 20, I'm not going to lie, the 24 has that lane a little open, but I don't know if it's open enough to make a dive down to the inside. But if you have all that momentum, I see where the 3 is going, but just a little overzealous on that throttle there. Gets into the 24. It's going to scoot the 24 up to the top of the wall, but I will say this. He did stay up out of the way of everybody else, so no contact.
He got collected towards the end of the car wreck. That's why he's got front left damage. Somebody came through and hit him. I'm not sure who it was.
It might have been the 53 of Bill Hells, now that I think about it. Oh, no, it's Stan Mayberry. Right there.
Oh, and that killed Stan's front end. I saw his front right tire just completely stop. Oh, it net coded that it did for me. Okay. It did one of those where it broke the part and then the part instantly fixed itself. You know what I mean?
So at lap 18, it is the 18th caution of the night.
It's lap 123.
I'm sorry, with 18 to go. That's what I meant to say.
You
My
said
bad.
you said it lap 18.
That's what I meant. With 18 laps to go is what I meant to say. My bad.
I thought your mic just cut out and you meant to say at lap 118. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Well, this has been an interesting race, though. I'm not going to lie. Green flag is out. Ken Baum getting off to a good jump. This is going to put a little separation between him and that 95 of Michael Zuver. 3 Lucas Nilge's on that outside lane. This is not where he wants to be, though. Zuver on that inside lane getting a good run. Oh, it looks like the 3 might have washed up to the outside. The 35 also washing up. Caution's out. Josh Markle. Well, those tires are flat spotted. Yeah, as it looks like it just got out from under him. The rod on board here with that 82. Just see it from his point of view. Coming out of the corner right there. You see it just get out from under him. And that's how quick it can go. You know, you think, oh, this is a short track. It's not that crazy. No, the car can come out from underneath you in a heartbeat.
It definitely can, Chris. And we've seen it happen, 19 times tonight?
19 times. As right now, I want to say Robbie Bice is now back on the lead lap. So your lucky dog was that 28, was able to make himself back out on the lead lap, so it's good to see that 28. So somebody to watch out for, though, Josh. We were talking about that 25 of Kevin Click. He's currently sitting in that 6th spot. If anything happens up here in the front, you know, he could set himself up for a good spot. As I got a marker saying Robbie had crashed, but I'm pretty sure he was just slowing down, letting people get past him. But also, not to count him out, though, Kyler McCarthy sitting in that 17th spot. We've seen a lot of drivers getting wrecked, so you know, don't count that 24 out as well. I've always said it, never count that 24 out. But Ken Baum doing a good spirited run here tonight. He took over the lead about lap 60 and hasn't looked back.
Well, we'll see if someone's actually able to put some pressure on him here, Chris. Is at lap 128 with almost 10 to go here. We'll see if we can get some type of green flag run salvaged out here and get a race to the finish. Zuver is into the
all
wall
the way
almost.
up into the wall. He's still sideways. 3 wide. They're beating. They're banging.
Yeah, I knew that wasn't going to work.
Looks like everybody will get around that 35. We just saw Zuver getting out of the corner there. And they just kind of pinballed off of each other. There's the 25 of Kevin Click involved in that. You see the 95 going all the way up there. And yeah, he just gets into the wall. He's going to get into the quarter panel of Kevin Click. He's going to pinball off of the 35. And you're going to see him get into the quarter. Just send him around. Does look like Brett Strickler was able to avoid it, though.
I don't think anyone's avoided anything tonight, Chris.
Nope. Not really. Right on board here is we'll actually be able to see Zuver get into right there. He gets into the wall. That's going to send him down into the 25. The 25 going to hit the 35, come back up into Michael Zuber, and then you're going to see him go around right there. Whew. That's how fast it happens. All right, well, now we are 9 laps to go, 20 cautions in the race. Ken Baum's still out in the lead, but Lucas Nilge's knocking on that door. Kyler McCarthy did advance 2 positions. Looks like Jimmy Barr has moved back up into the 13th spot after having that incident. Joshua Gaiman currently sitting in that 10th spot. William Brown, who we heard earlier Josh say disconnected in the beginning of the race, went 7 laps down, now got himself up into that 8th spot. So currently sitting behind his teammate of Nick Cannon, actually on his outside of Nick Cannon now is William Brown. So currently sitting in that 8th spot. But with 7 laps to go here at the stripe, this is where the strategies just kind of go out the window. We just kind of.
I think the strategies have been out.
Oh yeah, there has been no strategy. What am I saying?
I think the strategy has went out the window well in the past here. Green, green, green. We'll see what Ken Baum is going to be able to do here with 5 laps to go. If we even get a race, we'll see what happens here. Pretty sure it was Jaden Bingaman and what's his name? 24. Yeah. And he's already mad, so I bet that's just pissing him off even more.
Oh, Josh, if you didn't notice that, it looks like the 24, Kyler McCarthy, was trying to let the 26 know, hey, buddy, I didn't like that.
Yeah, I don't think a lot of people like each other right now. It definitely seems like it's what's the word I'm looking for? A slobber knocker out there tonight. As we'll get a natural green-white checkered here. Do we make the green-white checkered, though, is the real question. Because then what we got? Oh, my goodness, Nick Cannon just tore or plowed in the back of the 96's Hoover.
Green, green, green. Let's see how we go into corner 1. Ken Baum still in the lead. Carson Pittman in that 2nd spot. White flag is out. No.
No, they got it.
They got it.
Flag.
This is going to be a race up in the front. We see everybody getting piled up.
Oh, my gosh.
We see everybody getting piled up. This is going to be a race between Ken Baum, Carson Pittman, and Kevin Click.
Carson Pittman going to send it. Carson Pittman sends it, but it's not going to be enough. He is there, but just not enough.
Oh, Zuver goes around to a Ken Baum. Going to take the race win here. Carson Pittman in second,
Oh,
Kevin
my
Click in third. Oh,
goodness,
my
man.
goodness. That was a
race, dude.
kerfuffle. We're going to just rewind because there are so many markers, and I'm not going to click on the wrong ones. We're just going to go back. We're going to watch what happened here. It looks like the 7 and Nick Cannon is what started. Looks like he might have gotten a little tight right there. Gets up into the 38. And then you see everybody getting stacked up there. We'll go back up here on board with your race winner and watch those burnouts.
As Kittenbaum Jr. picks up the race win here tonight, Chris, the Turn 2 Terribles #2. Picked up the spring race last year. He's going to pick up the spring race this year.
Can't fail tech if it's beat up.
And that's the old Martin Truex Jr. trick right there.
And then the Alan Kowicki Polish victory lap from that 2 machine. Good spirited drive here from the 2. Like I said, took over the lead at about lap 79. Just never looked back after that.
As we'll go through your post-race results here, it'll be Kittenbaum Jr., Carson Pittman in that first and second place. Kittenbaum Jr. going to pick up the race win here tonight, and then Carson Pittman right there behind him in P2. We'll see Kevin Click in P3 with Lucas Nilges in P4, Stephen Overstott in P5 with Bill Hells in that P6 position with Andrew May finishing 7th, Brett Strickler 8th, 9th going to go to Dakota Kuhn with a 10th going to David Smill. Chad Engel going to pick up that 11th spot with Ryan Smith in 12th. Stan Mayberry 13th with Kip Easley 14th. 15th going to go to Michael Zuver with Nick Cannon getting 16th. William Brown 17th with Shane Weldon 18th. Jaden Bingham 19th with Jimmy Barr 20th. We'll see Joshua Gaiman finish 21st here tonight with Kyle McCarthy 22nd. Robbie Weiss 23rd. Kevin Giddy Jr. 24th. Chris Lynn 25th. Ryan Sword 26th. Josh Markle 27th. And rounding out the field tonight, it'll be that Matthew Fitz machine in that 28th position. As we do have our race winner, Kittenbaum Jr., ready in the interview queue. Let's see. 1 second. Just looking at something. All right, we'll go ahead and bring Kittenbaum Jr. in and have an interview with him. Kittenbaum Jr., Chris and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy?
Yep, I got you.
Man, Ken, I am sure that is one of those nights that it's not going to be hard to forget, but it's not going to be easy to want to remember. It was one of those nights definitely that seemed like it was a caution fest once it started going, but you guys picked the strategy early. We talked about it earlier in the race that possibly you could be staying out all race. We knew last year at the spring race, I think that was what you did. Not sure. We didn't watch exactly that race. We weren't apart, but I think that's what you did. And then you're going to go here back to back with it. You're going to pick up 2 Martinsville spring races in a row. Ken, with what action we had there early that you can take us through, take it through to it there, man. And then Hell, I got to say that was probably one of those you were looking at the caution thinking, well, hell, we're at the green, white checkered, and I haven't really had to do much here these last 100 laps.
Well, it was quite entertaining. I didn't win the spring race last year though.
Did you
That was
not?
that was Susie.
Why did Susie
Uh,
say you won the spring race last year? This whole time
uh,
I've been thinking you did. Maybe I do apologize.
he won. I pitted and something happened. But no, it's
My
nice to get back.
history is off.
It's nice to get to victory lane. I won here. I think 2023. I think I won the fall race. But last year in the fall race, I got wiped out on the last lap, getting ready to make a run at William there. So it's nice to get back to victory lane. The car was good. I just did a different strategy there when I pitted because I lost where I was on the track. For some reason, I thought I was going into turn 3, so I overcooked turn 1, and I downshifted too far, and I slipped the tires, and I didn't know if that did anything to them. So it's just like, it's early. I'm going to pit. I'll work my way back through. And, the wrecks, it gained me a lot of positions. I passed some cars under green, and I managed to make my way the whole way back up into the lead without hitting a single car. It was the only car on the track that didn't get an incident point, so that's good to say.
Hey, no incident points throughout the race, but you got some there at the end with the burnout. I mean, I know, Ken, it was one of those races that just seems very chaotic all night tonight, but you guys, like you said, were able to claw your way back through with the early coming back through the field. And hey, we got to say congratulations again. Sorry, my history with Full Throttle is so off within this past season. I feel like I have said so many people wrong in so many spots. I do apologize with the whole spring race thing. But Ken, again, man, if you've got any final words, thoughts, or anything you want to let go before we let you get out of here, you're more than welcome to get them out there, and we'll let you get on your way here. And hell, going into next week, I know it's probably going to be one of those things, these last 2 races with the cautions. You guys are going to want to get past it and get to some good racing.
Yeah, it's nice to get a win here and get momentum to go into Darlington. I just like to thank the guys over at Turn 2 Terribles Racing. I didn't do any practice this week, and I waited until tonight because I kind of knew how the race was going to be. So I just practiced on running solid 5-10 lap runs and making sure that I could hold my car on the bottom, because if you can keep it on the bottom and didn't slide around, nobody's going to really be able to make a run on you anyway. But yeah, the Turn 2 Terribles podcast, I'd like to thank Jeremy's Artfest Photography, my family, my friends, and my girlfriend and my baby girl. It's gonna be a fun year, and we're just gonna keep chipping away with it.
Heck yeah, Ken, it seems like it's going to be a year that you guys are going to be very successful. It seemed that way here early, and we're excited to see you guys going into next week. Again, congratulations, Ken, and hopefully we'll be talking to you here soon, buddy.
Yeah, I really hope so. I like Darlington, so as long as I can keep the tires under me, because I know that's what lost me the race last year there, and if I can keep the tires under, I'll be talking to you guys next week.
Yeah, well, hopefully we will be talking to you then, Ken. Again, congratulations tonight, and enjoy the rest of your week, sir.
Take care, guys.
Thank you. And that was Ken Baum Jr. Chris, I don't see Carson Pittman anywhere in the Discord, and he hasn't joined yet. So I think we're going to go ahead and hop to Kevin Click, get our last interview, and then get on our way here tonight. Kevin Click, Chris, and Josh up here in the booth. You got a copy, sir?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. All right, Kevin. Well, hey, man, again, we are talking to you up here again in the Full Throttle booth, man. After last week's race finish, we saw you finish second at Homestead, now coming in here tonight with what seems like these past 2 weeks, it's been actual chaos. You've been able to thrive in them. Kevin, take us through it. I mean, maybe not the finish you wanted here starting on that outside pole, but coming home P3 in this chaos-filled night. Take us through how you feel. And going into Darlington next week, you got to think it could be one of those, now you're picking up some momentum here in the 25.
Yeah, that race was awful from the get-go. There's just no bones about it. I somehow got a passing under yellow penalty, which put me 2 laps down. I ended up getting those back somehow and had to drive through the field. So did it as clean as I could. I know I feel bad for Chad Engel getting caught up when Zuver screwed up the corner and decided that he was just going to blend back in, but whatever. But I don't really understand the no passing or the passing under yellow black flag that I got. I stayed in line right where iRacing told me to be and still got one. So that kind of put me behind the 8 ball and had to work my way back through. But Martinsville's this is a track we should just skip, in my opinion, on the schedule. But especially if we're going to race like that. So But overall, happy with P3. We'll get out of here, go to Darlington next week, see what we got.
It does seem like it's going to be that way. Well, Kevin, I mean, it's going to be one of those things. We're going to be excited to see you guys at Darlington. If you've got any final thoughts, words, shout outs, anything before we let you get out of here, man, you're more than welcome to throw them out there. We'll let you get on your way then.
Nope, just thanks to everybody at TTT and that helps us do this. And we got a pretty tight knit group that we do a lot of practice with, and it's starting to really show out there on the track. And congrats to Ken on the win, and we'll see what happens next week.
All right. Well, Kevin, again, thank you for taking time out of this hectic night here to have a word with us. And hey, hopefully we'll be talking to you at Darlington next week. And again, sorry about the little bit of trouble there you had with the yellows and about your night, but hopefully you'll be having some more success going into next week.
Yeah, guys, thanks.
Thank you, man. Well, Chris, I think that is our final interview of the night here. Do you have any final words from this chaotic filled night?
Yeah, 21 cautions.
Sorry, I couldn't.
No, you're good. 21 cautions. It's not what you want to see, but like I said, the race was still interesting. We still got to watch, like I said, Kevin Click. You just heard him say, I did say it possibly could have been a pass-through penalty. It was a pass-through penalty, or a passing under yellow penalty, and even if I know iRacing can do that to you. I've definitely, even in official races, gotten a passing under yellow flag. So I completely understand that. But hey, a big hats off to that 25 though for clawing his way back through the field. I mean, started off in the lead, like you said, outside pole, and then finishing third after having basically a race like this. You go back and you watch the replay and you see that there were plenty of times that you could have died and you didn't. I think I'll just take that as even third place, I'd take that as a win. But just a big shout out to everybody out on the YouTube channel. We really appreciate everybody coming out, especially you, Rylan. Love you, buddy. Hopefully you're doing good, and we need to hang out here soon. Big shout out to everybody at Full Throttle, Robbie, Matthew, everybody that helps put this on, everybody that watches on YouTube again, that gives us a reason to do this. I just want to say thank you to everybody, and I cannot wait for Darlington because the lady in black, oh, she's mean.
Well, we will see what is cooking next week at Darlington. But other than that, that is going to be all for me and Chris here at Martinsville, saying thank you from the Full Throttle booth, and we will be talking to you and seeing you next week, Wednesday at Darlington. It'll be a race you don't want to miss. So once again, saying thank you, good night, and we'll be seeing you next Wednesday, 8 p.m. at Darlington Motor Speedway.